So, if someone is initiated, should they ask other priests for guidance about ritual work or other Ifa concerns or needs? This happens quite often. Unfortunately, you should not be doing this for the most part, not things specific to you, right? So, if you have been initiated, your initiating owl is your go to person for pretty much all of your needs in the tradition. Okay. This is the primary point of contact for you. They're responsible for all your ritual works, any type of ceremonial work, even your traditional needs. Even if you want to just know stuff, you want to get deeper level knowledge about certain things. It's not that you can't go to other places for that, but in general, you want to start with them, right? And if they, can't help you out or what have you, then you can expand your search when it comes to instructional based things. Now, when it comes to ritual work or crochet, other preparations, things like that that are specific to you, anything that's individualized, customized, etc., that's based on your destined path. Okay. Any taboos, life circumstances, etc., etc. Your owl knows that because they initiated you. You want to consult with that particular person when it comes to questions that you have in relation to those things, right? You do not even want to, once you get initiated, you don't want to be going from place to place to place getting ritual work done from other people, because once you've been initiated, right, there are certain things that came up in your Odu or what have you that your owl has knowledge of, maybe taboos. So somebody could be doing some ritual work for you thereafter, and it could actually be violating your taboos, but they don't know that because they did not initiate you. Okay. As I said before, it's acceptable to learn from other people, general knowledge. If you want to learn more about an Orisha, like you asked about Olokun earlier. So, if you want to go and take a course to learn more about their particular Orisha, or even you want to ask somebody just for deeper level knowledge, those types of things are perfectly fine. But when it comes to something that's specific to you and your ritual work, a crochet and things like that, if you initiate with somebody, you want to go to them for those particular things. Also, I just highly discourage to work with multiple priests at the same time unless they work together anyway, like maybe two priests that are at the same temple, and maybe you go to one when the other one is not available, things like that. But in general, you don't want to conflate things, because you can cause yourself a whole lot of problems, especially when you're getting like a crochet from one person, or getting, again, like I said before, ritual work, and somebody could be violating your taboos, and you don't know that. They don't know that. They're not doing it on purpose, but it happens because they don't know what came up in your Odu. The only logistical circumstances in which you should work with somebody else once you've initiated with a specific priest or priestess, right? I always say priest, but priestess, whoever initiated you, is if that person passes away. Obviously, you can go and seek out help from somebody else at that point. If they're unable to fulfill their responsibilities for whatever reason, maybe health challenges, or just, otherwise unavailable, right? Or you have ended the relationship. And in that case, if you end a relationship, I strongly recommend that you go through a formal process of doing so. And you don't just end it for any reason. You end it because you need to. And sometimes that happens. That's okay, right? I'm not saying stick with somebody if, they're not providing for your needs. But at the same time, don't just go from hither to thither and so forth and so on. And that speaks volumes to taking your time to get to know the person that you're working with before you go down that path of initiation. But as long as that relationship is active and intact, you need to be going to them for guidance. If they can't answer your question, or if they refuse to, or they're not, providing you with the answers that you desire or that you need, I would encourage you to have a deeper discussion with them about that so that you can get your needs met.